The VAR Show. The one place for your weekly football update.
Hola, a very warm welcome to the VAR show, the show which talks about all the various major football leagues in detail. Today we are going to continue the theme of interviews, and we have a very influential figure in the Indian footballing culture, maybe even the heart of Indian footballing culture. As of today, hopefully, and in the future also, we have the present manager of East Bengal Football Club, Mr. Mario Rivera. For those who do not know, East Bengal Football Club is a professional football club based in Kolkata, West Bengal, India. It competes in the I-League at least as of now. Okay, that may change. We do not know. The club has won 3 National Football League, which is now named as I-League, and 8 Federation Cups, 3 Indian Super Cups, along with other host of trophies. It has a long-standing rivalry with its cross-town competitors and now ISL franchise Mohun Bagan, with whom it competes in the renowned Kolkata Derby, which is in one of the, if not the biggest, one of the biggest Asian football rivalry. As for Mr. Mario Rivera, he's a Spanish professional football coach who has worked in a lot of countries like Brunei, Spain, and is currently the manager of East Bengal. So without wasting much time, I would like to thank Mr. Mario Rivera for coming on the show. Thank you and welcome to the show. First, I would like to ask you, how are you? And what are you doing during this pandemic period?
Thank you so much for the invitation. It's always a pleasure to talk about football. In my case, this time in pandemic was good to study, to watch a lot of matches, to study other coaches, and to talk with many people, many coaches around the world, Spanish coaches, and to share knowledge and to talk about many things that the normal coaches don't have time to do that.
So you have been in many countries, from Brunei to Spain and now India. How is the culture of football in India compared to the other places you have been to?
I also know Japan and USA football, soccer in USA. I think it's a big country are different because the normal culture always have a big influence in football. I think in football, in Indian football, you can find a big difference that all of the Indian players always have a very good attitude to practice. This is very good, I think, because most of them come from poor families or normal families, and they know that they have a big chance to put to his family in a good level, in the life, and they have always a very good attitude, and this is for me the main difference between India and all the rest of the countries that I know.
So unfortunately this year you could not win the I-League, but how competitive is the I-League?
I think the league is a very competitive league because you can lose with any team. In most of the leagues, you have always some teams that everyone win them. But in the I-League, if you have a bad day or a regular day, and the other team has a good day, all of the teams can beat to all the teams. And this is a very good for the level because you have to keep the high intensity, the high concentration, and the high level to win the league.
So as you said, you have been to USA, Japan, and many other countries. So when you see the footballing infrastructure in India, how is it in your experience?
Say again, sorry.
The footballing infrastructure.
Yeah, the infrastructure I think is one of the worst thing in India. because in other countries in Asia they have many academies, many resources, many money put in the grassroots, and after some seasons and some years working with the grassroots, the level of the players in the professional leagues are better. And now in India, they don't believe too much. They don't believe too much in that, and they don't have the enough patient to give time for the grassroots results. And this is a pity because with the good attitude of Indian people, and if you start to work in grassroots project, you can reach a very good level.
Since it has been almost around 1-2 years you have been staying in Kolkata, so one of our listeners has sent in this question. His name is Joel. He asks you, like in India, the temperature and the heat can be very high in summer. So do you suggest that the league in India should have water breaks?
I think that the league in India could be a little longer. It's true that in July and August, June also is very difficult to play, 2-3 months. But now the I League and ISL is only for 6 months, more or less. And I think that you can extend for 8 months, at least 8 months. And these 2 months means that you can put more teams in the league, and more teams are more minutes, more matches, and more improvement for the players. I think that it's better to do a longer leagues, and for the summer I think that the local league is good. The Calcutta League or Kerala League or all of the local leagues are good for the summer.
Okay, so we'll move on to our next question. It was asked by Rajshri Chakravarti. So he asks us, like, since you start in your career, you have been a video analyst coach for in a lot of clubs. So when you came to East Bengal, how was the video analysis team in the club?
There isn't. They didn't have any analyst system, any analyst worker. I was the first coach to do that, and for me it was good because sometimes it's better when you start to do something in a club or in a project, starting from scratch. Sometimes it's better because if you come to a club, they have an analyst, but they have a wrong analyst system. You have to change that, and sometimes it's better to start from scratch, and it was good for me because all people wanted to know how is the work of analyst, how do you get with this, and it was very good.
So how much importance do East Bengal now give to video analysis?
I think that video analysts are very important. Not only about the opponents. Now the analysts started talking about opponent, but now for me it's also the same level of importance. Analyze your team. I think that for the players it's very good option to improve their level. When they are watching their performance, their matches, and they can see that you are explaining and you are also showing him in a TV. This is very good for the players, not only to analyze the opponents. Now we use also to analyze our team.
Okay, that's very nice. So my next question will be like, what are your views on the quality of academy graduates from East Bengal? Are you happy with the youth system, youth players coming through?
I think that we can improve this academy. Now, for the next season, we are working to make a reserve team. This is very good because the step from the under 19 to the East Bengal senior team is too big now. In India, it's very difficult that people trust in the young players, And I think that our reserve team that many of the clubs already have in I League and ISL teams. And I think that for us will be an important step to reduce the and to create an easy progression for them, because after the under 19 it's very difficult that a player, not only in India, in all countries, will be ready to play in a senior team. But with a reserve team is good because they can progress and they can reach the enough level to be part of the senior team.
Okay, so my next question is a little bit more light-hearted. How is Kolkata?
Kolkata is a very good city. For me, it's a very open city that you can do that you want. You can find different restaurants, different zones. For me, it's very nice, and people also are very nice. I think it's an amazing city for me.
So, okay, now we'll move on a little bit more tactical. If you had to describe yourself as a coach, what would be your description of your team?
If you are talking about me, I'll tell you that I am a coach that always try to adapt to the kind of players that I have. I think when some time ago was very typical that the coach has this formation, this model of game, and he always making the same way, and the players has to adapt. If the players adapt, you are missing part of the level of this player. I think my theory is that if the coach can do the adaptation to the players, you can get the maximum performance of the players. Now, in this season, in the 7 matches that I was the head coach of East Bengal, we used 4 different formations because I wanted to get the maximum performance of the players, and we couldn't do a pre-season, and we have to do some trials in official match. But after 2-3 different formation, I got a good system, a good formation for our players, and we started to get a very good performance.
So, like generally Kolkata is said as the backbone of Indian football. Like the craze in Kolkata is amazing. So, do you still see now that the Kolkata is still the backbone? Because some northeast states like Meghalaya or Mizoram are giving so many good players from their clubs or academies. Do you think Calcutta is still the backbone?
I think that Kolkata will be still the backbone because they have the tradition of the teams and the biggest crowd behind the teams. But it's true that the players from different zones like Mizoram or others are giving to the Indian football many players. This type of players are very competitive. They are very good technical level, and it's normal that these zones are giving to all of the teams many players. But I think that the backbone always be in Kolkata because the tradition of the teams are in this city.
So it's been quite a while you have been in Calcutta. How are the fans in Calcutta?
Yeah, the fans of Kolkata are one of the main thing for us. When you come to a club like East Bengal and you start to receive many support of all of the fans, all of the supporters, this is a very amazing feeling for coaches. This is very good because also, for example, now in the isolated team time, many of them texting me in social media, "Are you okay? Please, coach, stay at home, stay safe." And this is very nice. I think it's very difficult to get a similar situation like that in another country or in another city. These people are very amazing.
So now we'll jump back to the tactics a little bit. What do you like, man marking or zonal marking?
I think that now the modern football is more zonal marking, but it's not for the full time because now you need that the players know the man marking because in some situation like crossing or the end when you are defending in your box, you need to know to do a man marking. But in I can tell you maybe 90% or 95% of the time, a modern team is making a zonal marking. But you need to know all of you players need to know the main marking to use in this special situation.
So if you had to choose one formation, you said you tried 3-4 formation in your 7 games in charge. What is your go-to formation?
If I have to choose one formation, I think that it's very difficult to decide that because lucky for me, I got successful with different formation. But one of the best for me is the 4-4-2 with a diamond in the middle.
So now we'll move on a little bit to your career. What if you had to choose one highlight of your coaching career till now, as a video analyst, as an assistant coach, as a main coach, what would be? What would that be?
It's very difficult to choose only one, but for example, for me was very important day when we were playing with under 21 of Brunei Darussalam versus Thailand, with a different position in the FIFA ranking, more than 100 position, and we won Thailand 2-1 in our stadium with full people inside. 10% of the population of the country in the stadium. It was very nice because it was the first time in the history of Brunei football to get this result, and I think maybe it's the best moment of the amazing moment. It's like a film, no? You reach a country with a very poor level and you start to work with them. Also, my players in this under 21 team were amazing people, and they believe in themselves. And when you win this match, is like the end of a film, a sport film.
So do you have any coach or coaches whom you look up to or whom you are inspired from?
I think I have different coaches that inspire me. I think that a coach has to get the best part of all of the coaches, not only famous coaches, because you can go to a grassroots academy. For example, in Spain, you can go to see a grassroots practice, and you can see many coaches that are doing many very good things. But I think all of the coaches have to analyze many of coaches and try to get the best thing of them. For example, now I have ready many matches of Nagelsmann and also the Atalanta coach, and because they are very new. They are making different things, and I will watch many matches of them to try to get something from them. This is the way for a coach.
Okay, I'll ask you this question because you were in Atletico. How do you feel about Diego Simeone?
I think that Diego Simeone made something incredible with Atletico de Madrid. He changed the mentality of a team, and when not only the team, also the club, because when he reached to be the head coach, this club was very bad mental situation, second division, very bad situation in all, and he changed the mentality, not only the players, also the management, and I think this is one of the most difficult things to do. I think that I don't share full of the tactics of Simeone, but I have to recognize to him that that he changed a full club, and this is very very difficult to do, and he deserves the that all of the people recognize that he made a very good job too.
So since you are so experienced, you have coached in so many countries, do you have any words for any like young coaches or players who are just starting out?
Yes, for the young coaches that they are starting, I always say that they have to be valiant, and they have to try different things. Then don't make always the same. That they have to try to do different drills, different exercise, different tactics. Because if you are making different things every practice, not only your players are improving, you also are improving as a coach. If you make always the same practice, the same drills, your progression, your knowledge are already stopped.
So on that note, I'll ask you one final question, very controversial question. You need to think and answer, Mario. Okay, so whom do you prefer, Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo?
If I have to choose one to play in my team, I think I will choose Lionel Messi. But it's very difficult because Lionel Messi is a very creative player, also a finisher. But the level of finisher and mental winner that Ronaldo have, I think nobody has this mental win to not only for him, because if you are all of the players that play with Cristiano Ronaldo, when I seen to Ronaldo, they always saying, okay, I have to give my best because this guy is one of the best in the history of the football, and he's making a hard job and giving his best, and I'm not a very important player, and I have to do the same. I think Ronaldo is very good also for the players, but Lionel Messi, I think, is more complete than Ronaldo.
So I'll ask you one more controversial question. Whom would you choose, Xavi or Iniesta?
I tell you that yesterday when we were coming back from India to Madrid with Isvingal and Mohun players and coaching staff, we were talking about that, and I said that for me Iniesta is different. I think that Xavi is maybe the best central midfielder, but Iniesta is not only a midfielder, also like attacker. I think is the one of the best different players that you can find.
So plus he scored the winning goal in the World Cup, so he'll always be the great
of course.
person. So on that note, Mario Rivera, thank you so much for talking to us, and we wish you all the best for your future campaigns. Now that Mohun Bagan has gone to ISL, maybe you can win the league. So, and we wish you win all the competitions, and hope we can talk again soon, and take care during the pandemic period. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for the invitation. Always a pleasure. And when you need something from me, I'm ready to talk about football always.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Bye bye, Regat.